This is Business and Economy Network.
Over the years, experts and different research have shown that agriculture is the sure solution to Nigerians' ever-increasing level of unemployment and poverty. As a nation, we must be able to come together, produce, patronize, and consume our own products. Thank you so much for joining us for yet another exciting edition of your program, our program. It's Business and Economy Network. My name is Uhioze Edna. On our program rundown today, for Company in Focus, we bring to you Jubilee Agro Tech Limited, situated in Kano State, Nigeria. Jubilee is a one-stop shop for all agricultural farm inputs and also an expert in greenhouse farming. And for Spotlight, we have Africa Agricultural Technology Foundation, popularly known as AATF. It's an agricultural advocacy group and also an expert in providing new technique for farmers to meet with agricultural challenges and needs. And for special reports, we bring to you the MD/CEO TECNI Seeds Limited, also located in Kano State, Nigeria, providing quality and affordable seeds for Nigerian farmers. As it is in our culture, you won't be disappointed. Do stay tuned. I'll join you shortly.
This is me. This is you. This is our nation. Suffering from cough, catarrh, running nose, headache, toothache, and muscular pains? Our relief has come in Penetrol, the #1 indigenous inhalant for cold and catarrh symptoms. Penetrol can be used as mosquito and insect repellent with fast relief from mosquito, insect bites, and itches. Apply Penetrol directly to chest or inhale from handkerchief into your nose. In 5 minutes, feel the natural remedy, feel the comfort, feel the relief. Get cold and catarrh off your chest with Penetrol. Penetrol contains no artificial substance or chemical. It's 100% natural remedies. Penetrol gives you freshness and agility. Penetrol, the healing power of modern nature.
Head, shoulder, knees and toes. Head, shoulder, knees and toes. Penetrol.
Available at your local pharmacy. Penetrol, a product of BCN PLC Nigeria, formerly Boot.
Jubilee Agro Tech Limited came to existence in Nigeria in 2002 by the Jubilee family. The firm was set up as a show of the family's strong agricultural experience and also to bridge the gap in the agricultural sector of our nation. Jubilee over the years have continually to roll out good products like agricultural herbicide, pesticide, insecticide, drip irrigation, fertilizer, and veterinary drugs. All these are geared to ease and aid Nigerian farmer in getting better agricultural knowledge, technology, and farm produce. Mr. Ahmad Rida is the product specialist of Jubilee Agro Tech Limited, and he's grateful to the Nigerian farmers who have brought about increased capacity for them in all ramifications.
First of all, let me say thank you for this opportunity to talk to every Nigerian farmer in the country, and you are mostly welcome in Jubilee Agro Tech buildings here in Kano branch. My name is Ahmad Rida, agriculture engineer, head of technical department of Jubilee Agro Tech company. Our company started in Nigeria 2002. We are agrochemical company. We started as agrochemical company, and let's say that we are supplying all the agri inputs for the Nigerian farmers here. We started with agrochemical. Now we expanded our business to reach the seeds, fertilizer, greenhouse, drip irrigation system for open field as well as we are improving the agriculture sector by the new product we get for the country every year. As you know, every year when you come and visit us, you see new product to develop the market. Let's say that the reaction from the farmers is very okay for us, and by this way you can develop the market. We can maximize the productivity of the farmer, and we cut the cost for him. I can say that we became #1 in the market, and we are the key player and the largest player in the market because of many reasons or many factors. First of all, the distribution channel. As I told you, Jubilee Agro Tech is everywhere. So whenever you are going, you want to get Jubilee products, you can get it very easy. We are supplying, before we are supplying only the dealers. Now we target everyone in the country. This one is a factor #2. We target the dealer, we target the farmer, and we target the big farms. Okay, small scale farmer and large farmer. So whenever you go to Jubilee branch, you can get the affordable price because we are selling in the company price. This one is #1, which encourages the farmer not to increase the price for him because he has a lot of problems in his farm. He is suffering of the high prices of agrochemical, fertilizer, inputs. So we are trying to reduce his pain. By doing so, we supply him directly from the company to reduce the cost for them. This one is #2. #3 is the quality of the product. As I told you, the Nigerian farmer is very smart. He can differentiate between the high quality products and low quality product. So they come for Jubilee because we know, and everyone know, that we have the highest quality in the market. Our seeds, our chemical, our inputs is demonstrated in the country, not outside. We demonstrated for 2-3 years before launching it to the market. That's how we confirm and assure the quality of the product before we launch it. We have our technical team who can do this work. They don't have anything else to do, just they are working, our technical team. They work in the trial station only to confirm and assure the quality of the product we get from another countries. So by this way, we make sure that the quality is okay, the farmer is satisfied with our services. You know, there is a big difference between the local seeds, OB seeds, hybrid seeds. Okay, let's consider it 3 categories. The local seed from my own side is not accepted at all, because if you are using the local seed, you produce the seed yourself in an unprofessional way, make sure that the production will be very low. If you get the OP seeds, you can get the average production from your crop. But if you get the hybrid seeds, make sure that you will get the maximum yielding, because hybrid seeds has a lot of advantage. Maximum productivity, resistant to disease. So this one is double-edged weapon. Resistant to disease means that you are not suffering in the farm, the production is high, you are not applying a lot of chemical in the farm, you are not paying too much money in the farm, as well as you will reduce the cost of labor. That is the aim of using such chemicals. Usually when we import a new product, we import it to meet the need of the farmers. We don't import it anyhow, we just do our survey. We check what the farmer need. We go to the farmer and ask him, what do you want? What is the challenges you are facing to overcome it for him? Last year when we visited some of our farmers, some of them are complaining of tuta absoluta, for example, in tomato. And you know, Kano is one of the highest productive for tomato plantation in the country. We noticed that this destructive insect is disturbing them, decrease production like 70% in the country, and you know we are in need of stop importation of tomato. So we imported a new chemical for them as a new technology. We call it biocide. Biocide is a new here in country because before our chemical used to use only the agrochemical. They didn't use to biocide and they don't know what is the meaning of biocide. We get this new chemical for them which has long-lasting effect in the farm. This one is very, very user-friendly, extremely environmental friendly. It will not harm human being at all like the agrochemical. There is no any residues of the chemical inside the fruit. And we can say that PHI, which we call it pre-harvest interval, is 0. For example, if you apply this chemical today and you want to consume your tomato tomorrow, you are safe, not like agrochemical. And you are not in need of going to the farm and applying the chemical several times during the week. Since the biocide will give you high prevention in the farm, you can apply it every 2 weeks. So by this way, you get the highest effect, the highest production, you cut the cost, you reduce the cost of labor because you are not spraying twice or 3 times in the week like before, like the agrochemical use.
The Africa Agricultural Technology Foundation, popularly known as AATF, is a non-profit organization that aims at facilitating and promoting easy access and delivery of appropriate agricultural technologies for sustainable use by smallholder farmers in Nigeria, West Africa, and Africa at large. The foundation is a one-stop shop that provides expertise and know-how that facilitates the identification, access, development, delivery, and utilization of agricultural technology. AATF works towards the identification, improvement, and testing of an agricultural technique to solve a challenge and give back to farmers at a reduced cost. AATF wants to ensure food security and poverty alleviation and has had lots of testimonials in the development of cassava, maize, and cowpea.
I am Dr. Yusuf Kola Abdurrahman. I had many years of experience in agricultural research. But I work now for AATF, the African Agricultural Technology Foundation. This is an organization which is devoted itself to tackle some of the challenges, key challenges agricultural, our farmers across the continent, sub-Saharan subcontinent, are facing. AATF is non-profit organizations. It is based in Nairobi. The headquarters are based in Nairobi, but AATF had opened this Abuja office as a hub for all West Africa. So that's very important because Abuja was chosen because of the importance of Nigeria and in West Africa. Not only in West Africa, but in Africa, we cannot ignore. Unless problems are solved in Nigeria, forget about the rest of West Africa, because Nigeria is 80% of West Africa in any case. So, and many countries like Niger, Burkina, and other, and all the surrounding countries mainly depend on Nigeria on many aspects. So people don't know the trades, agricultural trade going on between Nigeria and surrounding countries, but it is huge. The common people don't know, but it's huge trade going on. We got many technologies. So in Nigeria, the first project we had in Nigeria was the cassava mechanization project in the southern, based in collaboration with the Nigerian Agricultural Mechanization Center in Kwara. And we had shown that it is possible to organize small farmers, to organize them in order to unmechanize the whole production system of cassava in Nigeria. Many people think that if you got scattered farmers, small farmers, 0.5 hectares, 1 hectare, 2 hectares, there is nothing you can do with them. But we have shown no. The problem, the biggest problem, is how to get them organized and accept an agenda. We were able to bring all the machinery possible, necessary from planting to harvesting. It is all mechanized, and the project is spreading. The second important result why it was attracting farmers, the second reason why it is attracting farmers is that we were able to multiply by 4 the yields, because the average yield was around 8 tons per hectares. We were able to bring it over 30 tons per hectares. So we were able, with the help of other institutions, we were able to transform cowpea and bring a cowpea resistance to Maruca. So we control cowpea resistance to Maruca. And fantastic, we get grain yield increase more than 100%. If the insect population is high, then you will see net difference. You will get even more than 200% yield differences. But if the insect pressure is low, the yield difference is not. So this is for the area where Maruca is very important and damaging to cowpea, like in the main cropping areas of cowpea of Nigeria. Zaria, Kachina, Kano, and all the way to Zamfara.
My name is Abu Umar. I work as the lead for communications for the West African sub-region for the African Agricultural Technology Foundation, AATF as it's popularly known. AATF is an organization that was set up about some 13 plus years ago as a major facilitating organization for access to modern agricultural technologies for use by smallholder farmers, in particular in Africa, in sub-Saharan Africa. Largely, as you are all aware, there are a lot of technologies that are out there across the world, but some of these technologies, Africans in particular, and Nigerians as well, inclusive in that list, do not have access to these technologies. This is not because those who own these technologies, who hold the IP of these technologies, don't want to make them available, but because they don't have a trusted, representative or organ that can, allow for that transfer of those technologies. And so AATF was set up by a couple of people, Rockefeller inclusive, and some individuals who came together and said, okay, let's have an African-led organization, purely 100%, that will be able to facilitate access to these technologies for use and to bring about crop improvement and productivity in Africa, and also to change the narrative of the smallholder farmer, from the peasant and very poor level that they are to where, the language will change to wealth, wealth creation.
Right.
And so basically at AATF, what we do is to gain access to technologies wherever in any part of the world. It could even be within the African continent, because there are a lot of modern technologies or even varieties that have been released by a lot of African scientists who are hanging in the shelf with no one to promote it. So what we do at AATF is to identify those technologies. Most times, and all times rather, we get them on humanitarian ground, and so that by the time the technology is available to the farmer, it is coming at a reduced cost.
TECNI Seed Limited is located in Kano State, Nigeria, as a seed company dedicated to produce, distribute certified seed which meet international standard through effective contribution with Nigerian farmers, ensuring quality control, proper agricultural techniques, and bringing about increased productivity. Stella Thomas is the MDC of TECNI Seed Limited and has over the years been able to demonstrate and assist farmers. There is a call for government support in the availability of fertilizers to Nigerian farmers like have been enjoyed in years past. There should be a direct interaction between the farmers and the government, as this takes away unhealthy middlemen and the activities of political farmers.
Okay, farmers are very interesting people to work with, and our farmers in Nigeria, thank God, they are getting aware of the difference in using seeds and their saved seeds, because there's a remarkable difference in terms of yield and other characteristics for a seed. So it's been an interesting one. We go to them through demonstrations. We go to them training them on some of the agronomic practices. Some of the farmers still believe in the old way of farming, but we teach them the GAP, that's the good agronomic practices, to help them have better yield. And as they see it on their field and also see it on our own field, our demo plots, they are beginning to accept it. A lot of farmers are getting involved in buying seeds, even though the percentage is still not what we want, but it's increasing compared to when we started in 2011. Yeah, I'm aware there's an initiative by the government, the Presidential Fertilizer Initiative, and where the farmers are supposed to get fertilizer at a particular amount, which is a reduced amount. However, it's still not enough for the quantity of fertilizer that the farmers need. This fertilizer is able to just reach some percentage of the farmers, but much more can be done. And in the same vein, the growth enhancement scheme of the former government was a beautiful project that I still believe should be encouraged, because it stopped a lot of the racketing in the fertilizer, even getting seed to the farmers, because the project was in such a way where the end user were the ones benefiting. It wasn't going to the agro dealers, who in turn it becomes a racketing, but it gets to the end user. So the atom of subsidy that the government extends to those farmers gets to reach the farmers. So yes, I'm aware the presidential fertilizer initiative is ongoing, but much more can be done in terms of quantity of fertilizer to reach the farmers. Okay. But at least I got fertilizer cheaper last year. Yes, for every organization, you will always experience the original and adulterated, or maybe fake, as it may be. So it's not uncommon with the seed industry. And that is why we want the government to deal with. We have a registered body called the Seed Entrepreneur Association of Nigeria, where the known seed companies are registered with. So we would like the government to deal with the association just the same way they are dealing with FEPSAM on the Presidential Fertilizer Initiative. When we deal with the body, we can know the real seed companies, and that way we can come together. Like I said, the GS program was a good program, and even the farmers benefited. In fact, what I heard from grapevine was, when this government wanted to find out if that program was really good, I heard a call was just called from one of the farmers that was registered, and the person picked up the phone and said, yes, I collected my fertilizer and I collected my seed. So it's a program that registers all the farmers. So that way we also have database for the real farmers. And you know, with the incentive or the subsidy given to the farmers, as they keep growing in their output, they will know the essence of using seeds, improved seed. Because anything that you do on a farm without good seed, your yield will still be as you can't apply fertilizer on the sand. You can't apply fertilizer on a bad seed. So when you use the right seed, then you're expected to get the right output. So we expect a lot of intervention with the seed sector, starting with even paying the money that is being owed, because we are aware that government is continuous. So the money being owed would help a lot of the seed sectors, because then a lot of the seed sectors invested into the industry in various ways. The machines, people were building their labs, improving on the facilities so that the farmers can get the right kind of seed. But you see, when this money was now being owed, it set a lot of people backward again. We know that there's so much to be done in the industry. There's so much that we need. The laboratories are needed. We need the cold rooms. We have actually done a documentation for the government, and we expect that this kind of thing, if there's an intervention, it will help the seed sector. TECNI seed started in 2011, but I got into the seed sector in 2005, and I was actually the first female in the industry. But now there are so many others. Thank God for the male counterparts or the colleagues. The competition is there for us to brace up. It's there. Of course, sometimes the country and its views with women, especially in the north, where you get to have a lot of females in the houses. But now it's changing. So what we do, we brace up to the competition. We brace up to the competition, and we have been able to take our niche everybody has a market share for any business. So our strategies is what is differentiating us, but we are not intimidated anyway.
This is Business and Economy Network.
Welcome back, viewers. Hope you had a wonderful time and learned something new. You agree with me that all hands must be on deck, as we must all get involved in different aspects and levels of agriculture. This is the more time we permit us to take, but before I go, I want to thank you so much for your contributions. Keep them coming. We love you. We appreciate you. And to our wonderful production crew, thank you so much. Well done. Join us same time, same station next week. We love you. God bless you.